thought I would do a YouTube video, and I'm going to look at the year ahead. Now, I found this amazing spread. I thought it's New Year's Eve here, 31st of December. Tomorrow we clock over 2019. So I went on to Pinterest and I thought, what can we have as a spread to use tea leaf reading cards with? This I found on Pinterest, and it's created by tarot.com. So go and have a look at their website, and I'm sure they've got lots of spreads on there. This one's just a particular one that I found on Pinterest. So I'm going to lay out the cards and we'll have a look. And I'm using my sTEAmpunk tea leaf fortune telling cards, which is on Amazon, Wordery, lots and lots of online places you can buy them. So we've got positions here. So I'll lay out the cards first, and then I'll bring this back and we can have a look at the positions. So it is only 7 cards. So, oops, let's have a look. Let's lay them out. So we've got card 1. I'm actually going to lay these face down. Card 2, card 3, card 4, card 5, card 6, and card 7. Okay, I've got a little charm there. So let me just move these all into view so we don't lose any off screen. And I'm going to do it like a reveal. It's a bit like a striptease. And I'm looking at the positions. So card number 1, and I'm going to use the scenario of young man who's married. They've been married for quite a few years, but he's still only a youngish man. And we want to have a look what the year ahead holds for this young man. So he's mid-30s. So let's have a look at position number 1. Now, position number 1, they call here, is the sunset. Lessons from the past year or the previous year. So let's have a look at what the lessons are. It's got the mermaid card. So I'd look at this and say the lessons for this young man is hang on to your dreams, but don't believe everything on face value at what you see. So some of the lessons for this year, it may have been where he's been fooled into thinking something is more than it actually is, but there would tell me learning from not everything visual is always good. So position 2, we go over here, and card 2 is called the horizon. What can expect in the next year? So what can he expect in the next year? Oh, that's a beautiful card. He's got the eye there. The eye would tell me, again, trust in everything that he feels. It is the sign of protection that tells me lots of good things are coming to him, and it's very often deep spiritual senses. Eye would tell me the dragon's eye, or the eye of protection would tell me his coming year is about strength and protection and wisdom. It's a beautiful symbol to have as a horizon card. Now, card number 3 is here, which they call the obstacle. So what's the challenge he will face? It's interesting to see the candles, because candles often about spiritual enlightenment, and it's a learning sign. So obstacles or challenge that he is likely to face is really what is it that he needs to look at or concentrate on more. There can be burning the candle at both ends, where he's trying to cram too much into the time of 1 year span, but there's still lots of lessons to be learnt at. I would say his obstacles don't suffer burnout, and learn from it, and even more particularly what he needs to be lessons from the prior year. So position number 4 is the strength. So what does he have in strength? He's got the car or the automobile. Car here is about moving forward and offloading passengers or any baggage that you do not need. And this card is in this position says how to harness your inner power. The first step he has to make for harnessing in his inner power is to get in the driver's seat, take control of your own destiny, and it's offload rubbish, person, place or thing that you really do not need. So that is his strength, really taking control. position number 5 is here. And this is about lessons you learned last year. That's a very interesting card because they call it advice, but then you've got here lessons from the previous year and lessons that you learned last year. To me, they're very, very similar. So I'd look at it more on as advice. So what is an advice card? Triangle. Avoid the obscurities, avoid the complicated situations. And it's interesting, these two being similar about lessons from the prior year. Again, people or places that have caused situations to be a whole lot more complex than they need to be. Triangle is a point, so it does tell me about aim for the top. It does mean some slow detours along the way, so the advice here, I would say, avoid the detours that he had of last year. Card number 6 is navigations, which is here. Guidance for the year ahead. So what has he got? Mask. Amazing card. As a navigation card or guidance for the year ahead, it would tell me, remove the mask, don't be afraid to show who he is. By doing so, he will allow others to actually see him in a totally different light. It is about him navigation and again being careful or overcautious in it, but it's like drop the mask, remove the curtain and be actually seen. And it is part of how he's going to navigate his way through this next year. And card number 7 is the clarity, your personal theme for the year. So what's his whole theme? Bellows. Add more passion or more air to all that he desires. Bellows is often that butterfly feeling in the stomach, and it means ignite the passion, ignite the desires that are deep within your gut, and don't be afraid to express it more. So he's got a fabulous year, and it's interesting about obstacles or the lessons are really where there's been either false situations, fake people, overcomplicated, but all in all, he has a much better year ahead for him. So pop along to tarot.com. You will find this spread. If not, pause the video and jot it down now. So thanks for listening.